Good evening from a sunny Leinster house. This evening I'm wearing a New Zealand apron. It's from Natarawa wineries, which are located in Hawke's Bay, which is the east coast of the North Island. And once upon a time in a former life, I used to do a lot of business with this wine company when I ran a lot of corporate functions. Now back to tonight's dinner. I'm doing something very simple and tasty. A head of broccoli, a head of cauliflower. I'm going to make some white sauce. I'm going to take some blue cheese and or cheddar cheese and make a broccoli and cauliflower blue cheese bake. Now, I'm not one for sauces. In fact, I find sauces painstakingly nuisance. But to make a bechamel sauce, it's easy to learn how to do it right. You're talking about butter, flour, and gradually whisking in milk. So, I've just melted some butter and I'm going to put 2 spoons of flour into the melted butter, and you just have to mix it through and it'll become just very doughy. It'll dry up, you just work it like that. And the secret then with trying to make white sauce that isn't full of nuts is adding the milk gradually and using one of these whisks. So again, on a lowish heat, I'm just going to gradually stir in milk. And you keep it on a medium heat and you just whisk it around. So you got to have it as smooth as possible. A spoon won't cut it. You need to use one of these whisks. And as it heats, it will thicken and thicken. Now, it is a bit of elbow grease, but it's worth the effort. You can't be using fresh cream all the time. Now this is thickening up, so as soon as it's fully thick and smooth, turn down the heat. Very smooth, and you need to add another drop of milk. So again, in you go. You do this by 3 or 4 times until you've got it to a semi-soft consistency. It's a gradual process and it can make your arm feel very tired after a while, but it's worth it. It only takes a couple of minutes. So probably about less than half a litre of milk will do the business for you. So when you have it whipped up that it's kind of quite creamy, but still quite fluid, turn down the heat very low and add your cheese, be it blue cheese or cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you're having yourself. And that's your bechamel sauce. Okay, so I have the white sauce at a thickish but still a fluid consistency. So I've taken some blue cheese, Tipperary blue, and some cheddar, mature red cheddar. I'm going to do it half and half. And I'm basically going to whack it in. Now I love blue cheese, you might have gauged that already. So if you don't like blue, just stick with that. Just stick with the cheddar, you'll be fine. And cook that in a semi-lowish heat and give it a minute to break through, or break down rather, melt in, and that's the sauce good to go. Now, just on the other side here, I'll just cut up in decent sizes by 2-inch pieces, head of broccoli and a head of cauliflower. I'm just going to steam them for a few minutes to soften them down a little bit, and then all's going to go into one pot wonder and into the oven for 25 minutes. Cauliflower, I'm just going to steam it first into some boiling water. It takes a little bit longer to soften down, so I'm going to just put that in, and in about 2 minutes I'll add the broccoli. Now I've just pulled out some mustard, a little dollop of mustard in with the white sauce. Just gives it, you don't actually really taste the mustard, but I'm putting in a teaspoon of mustard, which I'm going to mix through. I just think it gives it another little bit of flavour. Now, we were kids, we learned if you wanted to grease a tray or whatever, knob of butter on tin foil. Modern day you could wear one of those makeup plastic gloves. This just makes it easy for cleaning later on. But just rub a knob of butter around your tin or whatever you're going to cook your bacon. That's it. I was cutting up a few chives and a bit of mint. Now, just going to whack in my broccoli. It'll just steam off. I'm just going to let it steam off for like less than 2 minutes. Just to soften it down ever so slightly, and then we're ready for everything into the oven. Okay, sometimes the bechamel sauce can thicken up. I had it turned off while I'm just steaming the veg. You might have to lighten it a little bit with a little bit extra milk. Not too light, but you don't want it too thick. It needs to be able to pour like cream. So that consistency, I think, that's good. That's very good. So I'm just going to take off my vegetables now and drain them. Okay, so nothing could be simpler. Try to have a good mix of the broccoli and the cauliflower combined. My glasses are steaming up. There's always something steaming up around here. Okay, and just simply pour over. Give everything a good coating. Now, if you want to be really decadent, you could add in a little bit of fresh cream, but I don't think you need to. Now, there's a good pint of milk or over half a litre of milk in the mix that went into that. Now, as you can see, I don't prep any of this. This is always off the cuff. So that's not quite full to the top. So I'm going to cheat a tad, and I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of milk through it, ever so slightly. Whoops, messy girl. So going back to a trusted favourite, I've just gotten some more of the breadcrumbs out of the freezer. I've just grated some of the cheddar, and we're just going to top the bake. So cheddar and crumbs. So that'll crisp up and it'll be a nice topping. So I don't actually need to cover it in anything. I can stick it into the oven, 180. Now the vegetables are still a little bit al dente, sort of semi-cooked. But this can just go into the oven as it is, 180 for 20 minutes. Now, actually, tonight was meant to be a night of no cooking, but I was in the supermarket, and I don't mind saying this was on special because it was near its expiry date. So reduced from $13.50 to $6.50 or something like that. So lamb loin. I'm going to cook it for Michaela and I. It's going to go with our broccoli and blue cheese bake, whatever. So yeah, it'll be tasty. It'll be cooked in 4 minutes, 2 minutes either side, and happy days, easy supper. I do not like spending full back money on lamb. It's so expensive in Ireland. So the odd time, if it's on special, go for it. And just before I put the lamb on, the secret of cooking tender meat, any red tender meat, is you need to take it out of the fridge about an hour or so before you cook it. Bring it up to room temperature. You take something out and it's really very cold and you put it onto heat, the muscles will tighten up, and that's why you have tough meat. That's why you get tough fillet steak or tough anything. So here we go. As I said, these are my 6 loin chops that I got on special because they were, expiry date is tomorrow, I think. So I'm just going to put a bit of pepper on them. They already had some herbs and a little bit of lemon juice. Onto the pan. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And cook that, I don't know, we'll see. I like mine rare. Probably 2 minutes either side. Look at this, the lovely browning of the meat. Less is more with lamb. You really do need to cook it less. High heat, couple of minutes. I just put it straight on a dry pan. Now give that another 2 minutes and we're good to go. Now while I'm here, I'm just going to turn off. If you're watching this, I'm looking for some wild duck. If you've got any wild duck, somewhere accessible in Monaghan, in your freezer from after the season, I'm looking for some wild duck. I will do really amazing stuff with pepper, limes and garlic. Yeah, I need about half a dozen wild duck breasts, gunshot and all in the spine. So leave me a message on either Facebook or WhatsApp or on the website and let me know. Okay, dinner's in 2 minutes. Okay, this is very last minute, but anyway, it's still a good idea to video it. The lamb worked out at $6.50 and that was at half price, so it ain't cheap even when it's on special. There's enough of the broccoli and cauliflower bake for 6 to 8 people. However, given the price of the meat and the vegetables and the cheese, it came in about $9.45, $9.55. Not cheap, but it's nice. Also, remember, let your meat come to room temperature, then let it rest for a few minutes before you go to eat it, and simply then enjoy. Please subscribe, please comment, please share, and happy eating.